and the team will build the business. So your job is not to go and start building business. You can work on. Your job is not to work in your business, to work on your business. So working in the business and working on the business is two different things. So these are the skills you need to build an organization like MTN, Glow, Etisalat, Monty Suite, White Beach Hotel. An organization like you need to build a community, business community, entrepreneurs community, Christian community, investors community, so and a business family. So you can see there are two major relationships here. One of the relationships are the ones you need, but you need two relationships. One, the ones you need, and number two, people that needs you. So the relationship you need is more important than the one, of course, that needs you. Because once you connect people of higher frequency of thought or creativity, your life will improve, your life become better. And I'm happy to let you know, okay, so that you'll be transformed, and then people that connect to you, their life also become transformed. So this relationship is called a significant relationship or a transformational relationship. What else is called? A transformational relationship. So it's a relationship of transformation. That is it's one of the best ways to earn a fortune. Tenor fortune is one of the best ways to earn residual income. Tenor residual income. So for the purpose of those joining us today, there are two factors here. And one of the factors is happening outside of you. The other factor is happening inside of you. Any factor happening outside of you is called contributing factors. What else is called? Contributing factors. Any factor happening inside of you is called determining factors. What else is called? Determining factors. So you cannot actually control the contributing factors. That's why it's called contributing factors, because they only contribute to your success, and they can also contribute to your failure. They can slow you down, they can delay you, but they can never stop you. They can also make you successful, but they can never help you sustain the success. So the contributing factors are factors you cannot control. One of them is the sun, the moon, the weather, the harmattan, the president, the governor, the commissioner, the minister, local government chairman, of course, your father, your auntie. Things you can't control, people you cannot control, are called contributing factors. Now, the factor that determines your success is embedded in you. Factor that determines whether you will not succeed is also embedded in you. So there are two factors embedded in you as a determining factor. One is positive, one is negative. One is a winner, one is a loser. I always encourage everyone every day, please focus on the positive. Tell them focus. Focus on the positive factors, focus on the winning factors, which is your faith, your courage, your commitment, your determination, your discipline, your vitality, your fidelity, your creativity, your idea. Focus on it, get busy with it. That one will help you succeed in life, but ignore. Tell your neighbor, ignore. Ignore all the negative factor, which is fear, doubt, anger, resentment, hatred, bitterness. Of course, they are the factors you need to ignore. So you are the most important factor here. Tell your neighbor, I am the most important factor. Son to your neighbor, tell now, you are the most important factor. You are the common ingredient in your journey of wealth. You are the main essence of wealth. So once you improve, everything will improve. Once you grow, everything will grow. Once you get better, everything will get better. So the challenge is not the economy. The challenge is not what is happening. The challenge is that, are you ready to improve? Are you ready to become the best version of yourself? Are you ready to become the ultimate? We have a top of country as part two, which says path to prosperity. So there's a proven path to prosperity. So if you actually need one, you need one, of course. And this is part two of this class, 20th of 3, 2025. Okay. So we have a soft topic which simply says the mystery of wealth. It simply says the mystery of wealth. So the mystery of wealth. Okay. So the path to prosperity is in the mystery of wealth. So this particular class or this course have 6 outlines. Okay. So Mr. George, I think I need your help. Please, sir, come. So you can help me wipe some of these things up. Thank you. Mr. George, please, I need your assistance. Please help me wipe some of them up. So there are about 6 outlines. It's a course, just like we have a sequential arrangement of trainings, of discipline, of information that creates a predetermined outcome. The school, they tell you, okay, to become a lawyer, to become a doctor, to become an engineer, is a 4 years course, 5 years, 6 years, the case may be. And each of the year, they structured it in 2 semesters, first and second. And each of the semesters, there are courses, some 2 credits, some 3 credit units. So, and there's some courses have 45 minutes daily, some 90 minutes, the case may be. So there's a sequential, of course, intelligent, structured program to give birth. That's a concept of discipline. So what is your discipline? That discipline to follow instructions, for a predetermined outcome. So you can see the same thing with wealth creation. For you to actually give birth or manifest the wealth you want and sustain it, there must be sequential arrangement of trainings and courses from they call it education. Edusera is from education from the Greek word called edusera, from inside out. So you can be able to draw from inside, not schooling, but to educate you about this subject of called wealth. So we are about 6 outline in this particular class, and I would like you to study yesterday, and this 6 outline is going to help you. Perfect. So on your notes, write outline. So number 1 we have here is called the mystery of wealth. So you have to understand the mystery of wealth, because the mystery of wealth is the history of wealth. It's in the history of wealth. So if you don't understand the history, it's difficult to actually create one. So the income generating assets. Income generating assets. So every wealthy man from the past, of course, owns an income generating asset. Number 3, of course, you have the 40s. We have to go there today. The 40s. Number 4, we have here the new age. We have to talk about the new age today, because the rules have changed. Since the rules have changed, so we have to also change the way we play the game. The new opportunities that we have right now, and the opportunities are already available for you. But a lot of people have not seen it. They don't recognize it because they're not open-minded. And the last one, but not the least, the new way to go. So if you don't understand the new way to go, you'll be carrying the old rules and the old game to play in the new game. It will not work. The thing is that every game has rules, and you must compete according to rules. Chess, football, every game you think, basketball, long tennis, all of them have rules. And if you don't compete according to rules, you will lose out in the game. So in the issue of money, wealth creation, there's a rule for it. So yesterday, he started telling us about the mystery of wealth. The first we said that in era, in every, of course, wealth belongs to the few privileged. And these few people, they get their wealth because they take ownership of assets. That's what we discussed today, that the few wealthy people in every age actually own assets. They were owners of assets either through inheritance, or either through war, or either through purchase, or either through gifts. That's what we discussed. So either they go to a king, they give him gifts. So every wealthy man you ever see in the past, from the agricultural age, they own farmlands. In the industrial age, they own company, factories, industry, they own school systems. So every wealthy man you ever see, they became wealthy by taking ownership, ownership. So if you're not part of the ownership, of course, you don't own things, you become part of the people who work for the owner. So in those days, you don't own farmlands for cultivation of crops, or the farmlands is good to inhabit or grow a livestock, or you're going to work for the people that own it. So we look at it, the subject of wealth is not to be taught or encouraged to be taught in school, because it's not in the school curriculum. Because subjects like imagination, money, leadership, of course, investment, were never supposed to be taught in school. It was a structure that it was for the wealthy man to remove some training, some courses that will make people not to realize their potentials, their giftings. It was a structure. There's a conspiracy theory that this particular program was supposed to create men that will work for us. So the educational system was not meant to give you a level ground for you to be wealthy. So the school factory system was a method to mass produce a different kind of slave. Since we left agricultural economy, where we are now selling human beings to work in our farmland, so it's not economically valued again, because the rules have changed. We left the agricultural age to the industrial, where machines now mass produce for us. So we needed different kinds of slave who will manage the machines for us. So a voluntary slave, an obedient slave, a slave without knowledge about wealth. That this is a slave that will be slave to wages. That was the whole purpose. So we needed to create a system that will make you become slave to wages. So the reason why they wake up in the morning is for them to collect that money. And we have to find a way to get the money back from them, either through tax, either through providing them some amenities that will still get the money back. So they eventually remain poor and broke. So until they open their eyes to seek wealth in education, they will remain slaves. So the factory school system was introduced to produce a new way of slaves, a wage slave. We call them wages slaves. So that's what we call them. So that the reason why they are doing that is to become slaves to wages. So wages slaves. So the reason why they are going to work is to because of pay. So the school system is not a broken system. It's actually do what it was meant to do. It was designed to function that way. So training out millions into, of course, into society. And this actually is miseducation, misinformed, misdirected, and misled individual who have no clue about wealth education, who have also no clue about finance. They are live their life on financial security. They're trying to find, I'm so scared. And it's very bad because the only way to become wealthy is to understand the mystery of wealth, which is you have to inherit it, you have to fight a war, you have to purchase it, you're going to be a gift. And the only way wealthy men has ever became wealthy in the past is because they own an income generating asset. That is why every wealthy man always value the source. Tenor source. Every poor man value the supply. Tenor supply. It becomes difficult. Every wealthy man always value the farm. Tenor farm. Every poor man value the food they produce from the farm. So every wealthy man you see, we value the tree. Tenor tree. Every poor man value the fruit. Tenor fruit. Every wealthy man you see in this, I will value the boat. Tenor boat. And the poor man value the fish. Tenor fish. Every wealthy man value the asset. Tenor asset. And the poor man always value income. Tenor income. And so on and so forth. So we have a long list yesterday. And we said that for you to be wealthy, you must make up your mind to buy assets, because we're looking at the wealthy value the source, and the poor always value the supply. They so fun. Forget about I don't want to be MD and CEO of a company. Me I define work, small work with the people with small salary. Make a feel buy small car, have small house, marry small wife, get small children. Yes, so you can see it's all about the value system, which is the state of mind. The way we think. Being wealthy is simply a state of mind. It's a mindset. It's more than being a bank account issue. So we have to define asset yesterday. And liability, we get 4 things here. We say number 1, asset is anything that makes you money or that appreciates in value over time. So number 2, not overnight, over time, not overnight. We want overnight success. Success doesn't, I keep telling you, you can make money fast, but you cannot be wealthy fast. Everybody can make money. I sell akara, I don't make money now. I drive a car, I don't make money. I sell clothes, I don't make money. I work for people, pay me money, I don't make money. So everybody makes money. But to become wealthy, it demands you managing and multiplying your money. So wealth must be designed, wealth must be built, wealth must grow. So you don't wake up and say, I want to be wealthy. You design it. You follow the system, follow the structure. So if not, you cannot sustain it. The liability, number 2, we said that the liability is anything that costs you money and that loses value over time. Number 3, we said that anything that makes more money, that costs more than what it buys, is an asset. That means it's not an expense, but it's investment. Anything that, if it makes more money, if it doesn't make more money than what it costs, is a liability. So we define that the opportunity, the opposite of asset is liability. A wealthy man purchases assets to give him more money in return. Because why we buy assets is because income follows assets. So once you have assets, income follows assets. Tell me what income follows assets. So to generate a bigger income, you must own a bigger and better asset. He said, if you give a man fish, you feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. So we went to discuss. Where did we stop yesterday? Do you actually get to? Okay, I stopped where I said it's okay. That is the last statement. A wealthy man purchase what? Assets. Because income follow assets. To generate a bigger income, you must own a bigger and better assets. Okay. I think we are still in outline number 2. So let's just finish this outline number 2 so we can go to where we are going to. We need to do these 2 outlines today, 3 and 4. But let's finish some few statements in number 2. So bring your note, write it down. It is impossible to become wealthy without the ownership of assets. It is impossible. Just have this at the back of your mind. It is impossible to become wealthy without the ownership of assets. So you want to be wealthy and you don't want to own assets, then it is impossible to be wealthy. Because for you to be wealthy, you need to own an asset. So it is impossible to be wealthy without owning an asset. So how it's going to work is very simple. How this thing works is very simple. Let me show you how it works in a nutshell. It's not part of the class. But we actually do this every day in the Millionaires Hall upstairs. But for the most of those joining us right now, and the thing is like this. I call it wealth triangle, right? This one is called margin. This is called money. This is called margin. This is called, of course, salary, wages. Okay, salary. So this is called profit, tenure profit, and this is called labor, tenure labor. So there are different ways we can labor. So some people can work so close they are laboring. Who is a laborer? A laborer is someone that puts in effort. Once you put effort, a doctor puts in effort to do surgery is laboring. The chemist puts in effort is laboring. Teacher puts in effort is laboring. So everybody labor. Whatever money you make, a lot of people call it profit. Maybe you sell clothes to make money, it's not corporate because it's called margin, tenor margin. Why it's called margin? Because your time is involved, your energy is involved, your intellectual property is involved. So any money you make, a lot of people that call it profit, they carry that money because they work, they make money, they call it profit. Since they call it profit, they use the money to pay bills. Tenor bills. Bills like rent, feeding, transportation, clothing, of course, rent, etc. So they work, make money, spend, work, make. But poor man think that money was meant to be spent. Money was never meant to be spent. The reason why you work every day to make money is to pay yourself 10%, 10 or 10%. Pay yourself 20%, pay yourself 20%, pay yourself 30%. Why are you paying yourself that percent? Is to use the money to buy income generating assets called investment, investment. So you pay yourself for some time because when you pay yourself 10%, you now use that 90% on bills. And you have to pay yourself first. That's the discipline. When that investment bring money, that money is called profit. That's the profit you are supposed to use the money and of course and spend it and then looking at it and then look at how it works. Once you buy assets and it give you money, as it give you money, you have to pay yourself another 10% before you spend it. That 10% will go back to investment. So it becomes a circle of life. You work, make money, buy assets. In asset give you money, you still pay yourself, buy assets. You come again. When assets give you money, pay. So this circle keeps coming. Either you work and buy assets, or asset bring money, you still pay yourself 10%. So while the effort comes 10%, your assets come 10%. The money keeps going like this. It's a circle of will. So if you don't buy assets, you always make money from your effort alone. And as you labor from your effort, your time, your energy, as you know how to buy assets, you keep, as you buy assets, you spend the money is gone. The money will never come back. Remember, you pay your rent, you feed, you buy clothes, the money is gone. So this is liability. It doesn't give you money. So you work, make money, buy liability. This is liability. Once you buy liability, money is gone. You also work, make money, buy assets. When you buy assets, it gives you money. You don't take buy assets again. Because if you buy liability, the money is gone, you never come back. So the principle is discipline. The principle is a habit. It's a habit. Poverty in a habit. See, I'm here. Work for money, make money, spend. Habit of a poor man. Wealth in a habit. It's a habit. Work for money, make money, buy assets, make money before you spend the money. Buy assets. Before you spend the money, you don't reuse the money because you have to pay yourself first before you spend this one. And when this one bring money, you pay yourself first before you spend. So because the concept is that money must work for you. For money to work for you, it's only assets. Income, what is assets? You define it already from 2 minutes. Anything that appreciates in value, that give money independent of effort. What is liability? Anything that take away money from your pocket and never put money. So each time you spend money on liabilities, they don't come back. So the money is gone so soon. That is why the Bible says, what is money doing in the hands of a fool? It says he doesn't have desire to get wisdom. So you can see that. So his money gone so soon. So to be wealthy, you must own assets. The difference between those who buy food and those who own the farmland, even those who are producers and consumers, is the same mindset between assets and liability. If you want to be wealthy, you have to get on the right side of the cash flow quadrant because money is liquid. Money flows. Money flows in one direction. Money always flows from consumers to producer. I wish I did not clean that board. Money always flows from consumers to producers. So money flows. So money always flows from people that have problems to people that have solutions. They're not solutions. Money always flows from people that have issues. They want their issues to be solved. They're not solved. Money flows from people that have needs. They want their needs to be met. They're not met. So if you want to be wealthy, you have to be on this side of life. This side of life is already disadvantaged. When on the wrong side of life, everything is wrong. If you like speak in tongues, everything is wrong. The wrong side of life is to be in the side of where everything you have, you are consuming more than you produce. So because you cannot eat with 10 fingers in your mouth and become rich and wealthy in life. So money flows. Money is liquid. Money is like a river. It flows in one direction. Then money flows in one direction. Money flows in one direction. Write on your note. Money only flows in one direction. Write on your note. Money only. Only. Underline the word only. Money only flows in one direction. Underline the word only so that you know from today. In case you need more money. Money flows only in one direction. Example, money flows from consumer to producer, one direction. From problem to solution, one direction. From issues to be solved, one direction. From needs to be met, one direction. So you want money, you have to be on the right side of life. A producer, a solution provider, solve problem, meet up needs, add value. That's money will come to you whether you want it or not. Because money is a slave of value. So your money flows in one direction. Thank you. So example from consumers to producers. Example number 2, problem to solution. Example number 3, issues to be solved. Example number 4, needs to be met. So you are not meeting a need. Why do you want money? You are not providing solution. Why do you want money? The challenge is that when you sell your time, your solution to one person employer, you'll be paid from one person. That's why it's good to become an entrepreneur. So you can sell your time to produce products for many consumers, many clients, many customers. You make money for many people. You have multiple streams of income. So in a job, you only have one buyer of your time. You only have one buyer of your energy, one buyer of your effort, and is your employer. So employer pays you once. It's the only person that can pay you because only you give me your time. But imagine you're an entrepreneur. Of course, you're going to spend your time and effort at the same time to create products or services for many clients, consumers, of course, customers, companies, and more money will flow to you. So I would like us to write this down on our notes as we gradually round up this number 2 outline. If you are ready to write this down, shall I? Touch yourself, say I'm a success. That one is begging for recharge card. Touch yourself, say I'm a millionaire. Write down your number, very important. Controlling assets. Controlling assets was controlling assets, was and still the only way to wealth. Controlling and owning assets. Let's put it like that. Controlling and owning assets. Controlling and owning assets was controlling and owning assets, was and still the only way to creating wealth. The only way to wealth. That is the only way to wealth. Controlling and owning assets, was and still the only way to wealth. Either agricultural age, industrial age, 21st century, it doesn't matter. Controlling and owning assets, was and still the only way to wealth. So there's no way to tell me you want to be wealthy. This subject matter must be discussed. Wealth education is supposed to be taught in family. But family were not wealthy. So what do you want to teach their children? Because a poor man teaches their children what they know. What do a poor man know? Of course, poverty. Say no, poverty. You are not talking with me again. You're angry. Don't be angry and just say the truth. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot pop an empty cup. You can only give what you have. So this thing you see, but I keep telling you that human beings are social creatures. We learn better by observation. So when you wake up, you see your parents make money, and the first thing they do is to spend the money. Like what my parents were doing. Not that they were bad, they didn't know it. Nobody taught them. So they wake up, the boss of my father making money to spend the money. So you work, make money, spend. Nobody told my father that you're supposed to pay yourself first. Tell your neighbor, I pay myself first. You want to be wealthy, you must pay yourself first. And the most of paying yourself is to buy assets, turn assets. And when I say bring money, is to channel another 10%, pay yourself. So any money that comes to your pocket, whether the one from your effort or from your own investment, the concept and the philosophy is pay myself first. So you must think, if you don't pay yourself, you pay everybody without not paying yourself. That's the one common denominator of every poor man. While they're working for salary, as they collect the money, they buy bread, buy shoe, buy car. They pay everybody. Pay everybody. Put tithe and offering, pay. They don't pay themselves. And they wonder why their life is not working. Your life can never work because you don't value yourself. Remember, human beings invest in things that have value. You value yourself, you must invest in yourself. As an entrepreneur, as an investor, you are the most important factor. You are the major ingredient on your journey of wealth. But you are the real essence of wealth. Tell you, I am the essence of wealth.
I am the essence of wealth.
The essence, the main reason why wealth is working is you. So you must improve in your value because people will treat you the way you treat yourself. You must value yourself for people to value you. You must improve yourself. So it's called self-identity. Even though you have what they call identity crisis, very bad. So controlling assets and controlling assets and controlling own assets was and still the only way to a full stop. In the past, you either inherit those assets. In the past, it's either you inherit those assets in the past. Number one, it's either you inherit those assets from your father and your mother. In the past, it's either you inherit those assets, inherit them from a wealthy home. Your father has get empire for a farmlands with 15 wives that must produce children to cultivate in the land, and that is not the issue, so you inherit them, right? Number two, I think in the past, either you inherit those assets. Number two, won those assets in a war. So won those assets, won. In fact, the purpose of war was because of assets. Men were fighting in the past because they want to increase their territory. They want to own farmlands. They want to own no more. That's why they're fighting now. because the farmland has goats, carries, he has rivers. So that was why they were fighting war. So either you fight the war to win those assets, land, airspace, Number one, in the past, either you inherit those assets. Number two, either you won those assets in a war. Number three, you bought those assets, purchase, bracket up purchase. You bought those assets. Like I'm telling you now, to pay yourself to buy treasury bills, bond, mutual fund, landed property, big house. You bought them. If you say, when I have money, I will buy. No. That money, see, money is never enough. Since you were born, you never finish solving your money problem. So either they bought those assets, that is purchased, or was given, those assets were given to them as gifts. Those assets were given to as gifts. As they gifted Jesus Christ gold, myrrh, and frankincense, as they gifted King Solomon, King Sheba went to visit him with assets. So either you are gifted, you inherit it, or you fight to win, conquer lands, because people fight because of lands. The real reason for war was because of assets, lands, property. When you are a free and you conquer, you get their spoil, you get their women, get their cows, get their sheep, you inherit all those things, and they will now become your territory. That was why King Pharaoh was one of the biggest and the strongest empire in Egypt those days. So you can imagine, even the pyramid of Egypt they built, but you will never understand it today, how they managed to build such an empire. They were the world power, So let's get to 40. That's what we are going to today. So of course, let's get to 40. Write on your note the 40s. This will help us a lot. Okay. So let's start it this way. Are you ready with the 40? You are ready? Shall I? You are not ready? Shall wait for me? Are you serious? Okay. Write on your notes. In every economy, in every economic era, comma, age, there were 4 income generating assets as follows. In every economic era and age, there were 4 income generating assets as follows. In every economic era and age, there were 4 income generating assets as follows. Number 1, territory. Number 1, territory. Number 2, tools. Number 3, in every economic era and age, there are 4 income generating assets as follows. Number 1, territory. Number 2, tools. Number 3, tensions. Tension. Don't worry, I'm going to give you something to write. Number 4, technicians. So for you to be wealthy, you must own these 4 things. You must own territory. You must own a tool. You must own tensions. Okay. You must own a tool. You must own technicians. So tensions is simply demand and supply. Tension right there, bracket open, demand and supply. Tension, demand and supply. Tension, demand and supply. Technicians, men that has to work for you. Either to work to build your boat, work to fix your company, work to work in your farmland. So in every economic era, for you to be wealthy, you must own these 4 things: the territory, the tools, the tension. You must understand demand and supply, and then you must own technicians, men that work for you. So if you own these 4 things in the past, even in the present age, money will work for you. You own territory, you own either the farmlands, the factories, you own a territory, you have a domain. You have a domain for yourself. Don't worry, I'm coming to new age in our generation. How to apply all these jargons and all these big English and speaking since morning. How to apply it in your present world. How money can work for you. Because money must work for you this year. Say amen. Amen. Money must work for you for your lifetime. Say amen. Amen. Why are you talking like this? Money must meet money in your hand. Say amen. Amen. Why will money work for you? Because money is a bad master and a loyal servant. You are the real boss. Touch yourself, I'm the real boss. If you are the real boss, you will pay attention to what bosses pay attention to. Because it takes a king to study. What did I say? It takes a king to study. So kings study. Poor people don't study. That's why slaves were not allowed to read book in the past. And when they decided for slaves to read book, they have to structure a training for the slave. So that because in the industrial age, it is not economic value to be selling human being. So they have to create a school system to have a voluntary slave, an obedient slave, that will be slave to wages. So since we want a slave to wages, we must program the mind of the man to willingly enslave himself without not beating him or her. So we use that thing, that thing that we used to use and pursue goat. And when you hold goat meat, they will follow you. So you must own these 4 things: territory, you must own tools, you must understand tension, you must own the T, understand demand and supply, and also own the technicians, which is the men that work for you. So owning these 4 things will surely make you wealthy. And if you don't own this thing, that will tell you, if you don't understand this, you become a victim instead of becoming a victor. Say, I'm a victor. So territories could be landed property, could be factories, could be industries, while the tension could be understand demand and supply. So, and technicians are going to work for you, work in your farm, work in your factory, build your boat. Anyone that work for you is technician. Where they're going to involve, where they're going to, how they are going to work in your. So let's apply it in the new age. Say no, new age. Yes, right, the new age, so that we can see how we can apply those 4 things in the new age. And I can even apply it in the agricultural age. You see, those that own territory, the farmlands, own the tools for cultivation, own the, of course, understand that I must cultivate yam to do trade by better, to exchange for fowl and cow. I must cultivate livestock. So they understood demand and supply tension. The higher the demand, of course, the more the money. The less the supply, the more the demand. So if you understand the law of this economics, you surely make money. So, and then in industrial age, it was the same thing. You have a company that mass produce, and you're going to, for mass consumption, you make money. So in the new age, something happened in the new age. Before I go to a new age, don't write it down, but listen to me. We are at the dawn of new age, in which the old age is at war with the new age, and it's sure, because in agricultural age, food was the dominant meat in the society, and it was farm on lands and sea. In industrial age, the mass production, the railway, the factories was the main thing. That's why we have to create this factory school system to mass produce laborers that will become slaves to. That's why we can abolish the old slaves and bring in a new slave that will work in and manage our machines, a voluntary obedience that will operate the machine. But in the digital age, something happened in the digital age. So I would like us to write like this on our notes. The new age is a digital age. The new age is a digital age, which is a matrix. The new age is a digital age, which is a matrix, which is a matrix of digital connections. The new age is the digital age, which is a matrix of digital connections, currencies, communication and comments. The new age is a digital age, which is a matrix of digital connections, currencies, communications, and commerce. That means in the new era, we are not going to do things like the industrial era. That means you can shop online. In my generation, can you shop online today?
Yes.
Jumia, Konga, Alibaba, AliExpress, Amazon. Can you pay things online and buy things online?
Yes.
New currency has emerged. Whether I like it or not, cryptocurrency has come. Right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the rest. Can you use Bitcoin to buy things online? Yes. So that is why people of the industrial economy, they find it difficult to understand the new age. In the 21st century, you can use phone. 40 years ago, what am I talking about 40 years? 30 years ago, there was no phones. There was no phones 30 years ago. So now we have phone, you can talk. Those days, my father used to drive us to Ikot at GRA. There's one night tell. They were going to be doing, they will call somebody in Lagos. There was no mobile phone. Those days used to do post office. You have to, your loved one travel. You write letter and wait till the loved one receive letter after 2-3 weeks. And now wait for a letter to reply. But today, with your emails, yes or yes?
Yes.
New levels of communication. WhatsApp, instantly, while the person is UK, in Dubai, anywhere in the world, with digital communication, but I'm instantly, real time, real time. Things are moving like sharp. Like I'm talking right now, people are watching me from US. Right now, they're away from US, from Dubai, they're watching me. Just with just small device. That is our, so if you are fighting, I'm going to come, how you can, the new opportunities you have very soon, like tomorrow's class. So you don't start dragging and say, I don't want to be innovative. See, if you're not updated, you'll be outdated. So you don't need to come and be Buga like Nokia. Nokia is using Java now. When Android came, then Buga, they struggle to come back market. Kodiak, when I was growing up, there's a company called Kodiak. That time, is it Kodiak also? Kodiak or something like that. Kodak, Kodak. Film. That time they put one film like that. They do those now that say, okay, wait, film don't finish. But today we will snap film never finish. Because you know we finish. They don't want to innovate to digital. Kodak don't die now. You don't die. That first out. So anybody with a buga with new age go waka. So I'm telling you this, because the new money is already before you. But most of us have this Abrahamic, Mosaic, Adamic mindset. They don't want to let go. And you are holding to something that will take you down. And you are praying and fasting when you don't want to innovate. You know go work. How somebody go into a place, you know get email. I don't understand. You know you use WhatsApp. I don't understand. You are not using Twitter, Facebook. You dey fight them. My brother, wake up. Tell me, wake up. Tell me I'm not on YouTube. Me as I'm on the internet. Don't worry. Give yourself 10 years. You will find it difficult to move. You know, those days. So the new age, until you realize that we're in a new economy, new era, new age. You are still playing the old games in the new, old rules in the new game. It cannot work. So no need to struggle. No need to fight the economy. Simply accept the change. Accept the responsibility. Accept the risk and make up sure they're going to grow. Tell them, I am growing. So write it down your notes. The world economy is struggling because of the war between the new era and the old era. The world economy is struggling right now because of the war of the new era and the old era. The way we used to make money before has changed. Go to school, get certificate, get a good job has changed. Better wake up and open your mind. Schooling is not bad, but don't come and say you want to become a billionaire with that certificate. You know go work. So I say the world economy is struggling because of the war between the new era and the old era, between the new age and the new age. So the new age is consuming the old era. That's what is happening. The new age is consuming the old age. That's why we are consuming. Have you not seen what AI is doing right now? What 5G is doing now? There's a conspiracy story for the 6G. A 6G will make 5G look like small boy. So it's an era whereby you'll be talking to Alexa. You know, there's a robot called Alexa. You know, there's a robot called Alexa. When you talk to Alexa, open the window will open. Alexa, boil water for me, it will boil water for you. Alexa, sweep the floor, it will sweep the floor. Whereby we'll be talking to computer. That if you are still fighting, wake up. Alexa, please, I want to bath. Come and carry me. Robot will come and come carry you. Alexa, brush my teeth. Shine your teeth, go brush it. They are still thinking. Why are you shouting? Google it now. AI is everywhere. It's in Lagos, it's in Port Harcourt, it's in New York, it's in Shelter, you're talking to computer. As you go to your house, Alexa just scan you. He open for you. Even my 15 Pro Max is so smart that even in the dark, as I carry the phone will open himself. Imagine the phone just see my face. Even if there's no light. That's how smart. In fact, the phone know my routine. If I'm coming to office, if by the time I need to leave, my phone will tell me, you need to be in office. That's, who tell my phone say I supposed to go office? That's my phone has studied me that when I want to go back home, my phone will tell me it's time to go back home. This 15 Pro Max. That's they are telling me I don't like new era. Just don't worry. Just my phone is asking me, when are you taking your breakfast? I don't want to answer it yet. Because if I answer my phone, I'm taking my breakfast, it will still remind me every day. That's how so that's the kind of world we are now. So wake up. Tell your neighbor, wake up. So, people are making money. Money is everywhere. Money is the street of Uyo. Money is of Nigeria. But you are not opening your mind. You know, I told you yesterday or day before, I told you that the problem, the worst thing is having ignorance. When you are ignorance and plus doubt and multiply, you know, plus multiply by doubt, it leads to what? Fear. You are too afraid. You are too afraid. So the new era has an age, and is the era of the 6G AI. People are still fighting with 4G. So the world economy is struggling right now because the new era is consuming the old era. The new age is consuming the old age. We are consuming the way the industry was working. Very, very soon, companies are going to lose. People are going to lose their job working for company. The other day, me and my wife was going to Dubai. I arrived at the